Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakaramaham Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitantang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shiva Sari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming. We have, I see, many devotees from the Bhakti retreat. We're still retreating. We're retreating, and the best thing to do in a retreat is what? Hear about Krishna, chant about Krishna, and especially to do so from Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking we were reading from 10th Canto Bhagavatam from what I saw earlier on the board. Now I'm given the 5th Canto Bhagavatam, chapter 14, verse 9. Is this what we're... Yeah, okay. Yeah, sometimes it's interesting and a little challenging to give a Bhagavatam class completely cold. That means you don't know what the verse is, and it's like, okay, let's see what Krishna wants me to read. Okay, this is Canto 5, Chapter 14, The Forest of Enjoyment, verse number 9, which is, strictly speaking, not a verse, it's in prose. Was something written on the board? No, okay. So I'll just read. But before we do that, I need to see what we're reading. Who's speaking here? It's been a while since I read this chapter. This is being spoken by, is it Bharata or is it Rishabha? Oh, it's Shukadev Goswami. Okay. Interesting. Yes. So this is chapter 14, which is leading up to the famous descriptions of the universe, which have us all wondering what they mean. But here we have the forest of enjoyment. Kvachitcha vatyopamayaya pramodaya roham aropitas tatkala rajasa rajani bhuta iva asadhu maryado rajas valaksho pi dik devata atir ajasvala Atir rajasvalamatir na vijanati. Okay. Sometimes, kachit, as if blinded by the dust of a whirlwind, the conditioned soul sees the beauty of the opposite sex, which is called pramada. Being thus bewildered, he is raised upon the lap of a woman, and at that time his good senses are overcome by the force of passion. He thus becomes almost blind with lusty desire and disobeys the rules and regulations governing sex life. He does not know that his disobedience is witnessed by different demigods, and he enjoys illicit sex in the dead of night, not seeing the future punishment awaiting him. And Srila Prabhupada writes in his purport as follows. In Bhagavad Gita 7:11 it is said, Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Sex is allowed only for the begetting of children, not for enjoyment. One can indulge in sex to beget a good child for the benefit of the family, society, and world. Otherwise, sex is against the rules and regulations of religious life. A materialistic person does not believe that everything is managed in nature, and he does not know that if one does something wrong, he is witnessed by different demigods. A person enjoys illicit sex, and due to his blind, lusty desire, he thinks that no one can see him, but this illicit sex is thoroughly observed by agents of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the person is punished in so many ways. Presently in Kali Yuga, there are many pregnancies due to illicit sex, and sometimes abortions ensue. These sinful activities are witnessed by the agents of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And a man and woman who create such a situation are punished in the future by the stringent laws of material nature. Daivihi esha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. Illicit sex is never excused, and those who indulge in it are punished life after life. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Asaram yonim apanna mudha janmani janmani mam aprapyaiva konteya tato yanti adamang gatim. This is from 16th chapter Bhagavad Gita, verse 20. Attaining repeated birth among the species of demoniac life, such persons can never approach me. Gradually they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. Excuse me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead does not allow anyone to act against the stringent laws of material nature. Therefore, illicit sex is punished life after life. Illicit sex creates pregnancies, and these unwanted pregnancies lead to abortion. Those involved become implicated in these sins, so much so that they are punished in the same way the next life. Thus, in the next life, they also enter the womb of a mother and are killed in the same way. All these things can be avoided by remaining on the transcendental platform of Krishna consciousness, joy. In this way, one does not commit sinful activity. Illicit sex is the most prominent sin due to lusty desire. When one associates with the mode of passion, he is implicated in suffering, life after life. And so ends Srila Prabhupada's purport. Prabhupada repeats this, it seems at least 3 times, this life after life. He really wants to drive this home. Trouble, life after life, and all for some very brief enjoyment, and an enjoyment which one thinks no one is witnessing. And the point is made here that the demigods are watching, they are witnessing. In the verse, or the prose, is the expression asadu maryada, who is without proper respect for the higher witnesses. So maryada can mean boundary. We have the expression maryada vyatikrama. This comes in the 3rd canto, where Vidura is speaking with Uddhava, and he's hearing from Uddhava, who has just been with Krishna, who has just departed the world. And Vidura is on pilgrimage, and Uddhava insists, we can say, that Vidura should hear from Maitreya. Maitreya is the senior person, the senior sadhu present, and Uddhava does not want to commit the offense of maryada vyatikrama, the overstepping a boundary, specifically, which means because he is in relation to Maitreya, apparently he's junior, although he is the dearest friend of Krishna, as we heard from Keshav Maharaj in the retreat. Still, he's thinking he is in an inferior position to Maitreya. Anyway, Maryada Vyatikrama, and we also have the expression Maryada Purushottama. Maryada Purushottama is sometimes a description of Lord Rama. Ramachandra is referred to as Maryada Purushottama, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, of boundaries, of propriety, of dharma, in contrast to Lord Krishna, who is Lila Purushottama. Lord Krishna is he concerned with boundaries or not? Is he concerned with propriety? What you say? No. Do you all agree with this, or do you think yes, no, maybe, sometimes? Yes. In any case, the emphasis in this expression is he is Lila Purushottama. Now, I have to confess, I don't know where this tradition originates, this idea of Maryada Purushottama, Lila Purushottama. It seems to be a kind of popular tradition, and it may be a somewhat recent one, but I think it's interesting and helpful to see the sort of contrast between Krishna and Rama in terms of their attitudes. But here we have a sadhu maryada, one who is without proper respect, as Prabhupada is translating it, for higher witnesses. In other words, one who is a sadhu. Sadhu means a sadhu is a sadhu. Everyone knows what a sadhu is. Sadhu also means good, and sadhu means proper, or we can say sagely. So the opposite, asadhu maryada, one who's disregarding the boundaries, we could say like that. Disregarding the boundaries. And disregarding the boundaries may be for the reason which is suggested here, which is simply lust. It's said kvachit, sometimes. And the comparison is made with a vatya, with a whirlwind. Because of the whirlwind of lust, which arises when one sees an attractive person of the opposite sex. It's kind of humorous. Aroham aropita, raised onto the lap for sex enjoyment. Aropita means climbed onto, literally. Tatkala rajasa, at that time of rajas, of rajaguna, and then rajani bhuta, the darkness of night, iva, in that situation, then something happens which is improper. Rajavala aksha, blinded by strong lusty desires. Dik Devata, the demigods of the directions, it says in the word for word, like the sun and the moon. In countries like Switzerland, where at some time there's a lot of time when the sun is not appearing and the moon is not appearing, one might think, therefore, there's no witnesses. Right? No, they're also seeing, even if there are clouds. Atiraja vala mati, whose mind is overcome by lust, not vijanati. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know the consequences. So the cause of all of this, what is Arjuna asks in the Bhagavad Gita, what is the reason for acting improperly? And what does Krishna famously reply? Yamuna. Rajavidya, Rajaguhyam. No, that's not what I want to say. Why did I say that? Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Rajaguna, Samudbhava, Mahashano, Mahapatma, Vidyenam Iha, Vairinam, the enemy. So it's interesting that which we take, when lust overcomes, then we think that lust is a friend, when it's actually an enemy. This is the trick of Maya. And as Prabhupada is referring here, Daivihi Esha, Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. It's very difficult. Ati Aya means to cross over, and dur atiaya means very difficult to cross over. All of this, we can say, is happening because of, or is the factor, the main factor by which we do things which our better self tells us not to do, is association, bad association. There's a story in the Panchatantra. I heard recently Bhakti Vaibhava Swami was telling this. There was a lion and a jackal and a crow and a camel. And the lion was in trouble because the lion had become old, aged, and was therefore not able to acquire its food. And the jackal was also in trouble because the jackal depended on the lion. When the lion would get its prey, then the leftovers were there for the jackal. And the crow would come after the jackal and take the remnants from the crow. But now the lion is no longer able to go on the chase. Just some very recent time before this, a camel has come, and the lion, being also something of a, we might say, gentleman, says, welcomes the camel as a guest. And but now there is this problem. How are they going to get their food? And the jackal approaches the lion and suggests to the lion that why don't you just go after this camel who is now here amongst us? Very easy to, turn him into our meal for this afternoon or breakfast. And the lion says, no, I can't do that. I have received him as a guest. We can't, we can't eat our guests. And the jackal says, right, but if he would volunteer himself, then it wouldn't be a problem, would it? No, that wouldn't be a problem. Okay, so then they call a meeting. The lion is there, the jackal is there, the crow is there, and the camel is also there. And they open a discussion. How are we going to hunt? How are we going to deal with this situation now that the lion is unable to catch prey anymore? And the jackal says, I volunteer myself. What is the use of my life anyway? Let me dedicate it for a higher purpose. And to have his life sacrificed. And the lion says, no, that's not a good idea. You're not good food. And the crow says, well, I'm, so insignificant. Let me give my life for this higher purpose. And the lion laughs and says, that's ridiculous. You're just a crow. You're not even going to satisfy our appetite. Then everyone is silent. And then the camel says, well then, let me sacrifice my life for a higher purpose. And immediately the lion pounces on the camel, and of course the jackal and the crow, everyone is satisfied in this way. The moral of the story being, be careful what association you go into. The camel got into bad association, and he got sucked in to believe that what he should do is give up his life in this way. Anyway, it's a story, but it kind of illuminates for us and illustrates something from this. The chapter, The Forest of Enjoyment, is an extended analogy. It's taking the image of a forest, a situation, and extending it out to illustrate the point of what is material existence. It is like a forest, and then so many examples within within this situation. One example being this of the person in the forest blinded by the dust of a whirlwind, the consequences of which then are described. So that's what's being given in this chapter. I'm going to be brief on this because we're going to have a little ritual in just a few minutes, I believe, if our priest appears. And before I do that, though, I want to share with you something a little bit off the subject, but it's always on the subject. Something which I confess I came across on the internet. It's a little dialogue. Maybe you've heard this. Do you want to hear? It's called In a Mother's Womb, There Were Two Babies. Have you heard this? You've heard? You want to hear? In a mother's womb, there were two babies, and one of the babies turns to the other. The first baby says, "Do you believe in life after delivery?" And the second baby says, "But of course, there has to be something after delivery. Maybe we're here to prepare ourselves for what will be later." And the first baby says, "Nonsense, there's no life after delivery. What kind of life would that be?" And the second baby says, "I don't know, but there will be more alive than here. Maybe we'll walk with our legs and eat with our mouths. Maybe we'll have other senses we can't understand now." And the first baby says, "That's ridiculous. Walking is impossible, and eating with our mouths, that's absurd." Jagannath Subhadra Baladev ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Walking is impossible, and eating with our mouths, that's absurd. The umbilical cord is what scientifically supplies nutrition and all that we need. But it's far too short. Life after delivery is to be logically excluded. And the second baby says, "What if it's just different than it is here? Maybe we don't need that physical cord anymore." And the first baby says, Okay, if there were life after delivery, then tell me, why has no one ever come back from there? Delivery is the end of life. And every delivery is nothing but darkness and silence and oblivion. It takes us nowhere. And the second baby says, but certainly we'll meet Mother and she'll take care of us. The first baby, Mother? You actually believe in Mother? If Mother exists, where is she now? And the second baby says, she's all around us. We are part of her. It is in her that we live. Without her, this world would not and could not exist. And the first baby says, I don't see her. It's only logical that she's not here. And the second baby says, sometimes when you're in silence and you really listen, you can perceive her presence. You can hear her loving voice calling down from above. Hare Krishna. Yeah, the lesson is clear, isn't it? It's so obvious to one of the two babies and so unobvious to the other. It's so much the situation of the atheist versus the theist. Life after this life, not possible. Yes, definitely possible. Okay. Any thoughts, reflections on this rather dire situation and warning of today's passage? Any or reflection on, yes?
Century. And after become Krishna conscious, when I read the Quran, I also see that there are several alluding verses of reincarnation, some of them indirectly mentioning the reincarnation. So my question is that why in some scriptures or in religions this idea of reincarnation is hidden, like in Muslim? Why Krishna prepared such a situation for that belief? In some beliefs it is openly managed, in some beliefs it is secretly mentioned.
Yeah, that's interesting. Why is that? Why is it suppressed or why is it hidden? Well, we could say, first of all, it is a kind of esoteric knowledge. Krishna says in the Gita, and now I can correctly quote Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam. Rajaguhya. It is confidential knowledge. And he mentions 2 or 3 or 4 times the confidentiality. Sa evaya maya tedya yoga prokta puratana bhaktosi sakacheti rahasyam hi etad uttamam. This is confidential knowledge. The question is, why is it confidential? Why not let it be known? Why not? Why not? Why does it have to be confidential? One possible explanation is it's easier to control people if they don't know that this is, if they don't know that this is not the final event, the final life. If you think it's this is your one and only chance, then you can have a very powerful religious institution that insists that you do everything now. Because the idea that life goes on after this has the danger that one concludes, okay, then there's no rush. Then I can take it easy. I can have a good time in this life, and we'll look after our spiritual well-being later on, maybe after this life. Of course, Shastra is warning otherwise. No, yes, there will be more lifetimes, but what is going to be your experience in those lifetimes if you are slack in this life? You may suffer lifetime after lifetime. But you could say the simpler solution from a perspective of controlling people and having them follow some religious activity, the simpler solution is to say, this is your one chance. And after this, you have life after this, but it's either in heaven or it's in some sort of eternal damnation. Although in the I don't know in Islam, but in Christian tradition, there is the idea of purgatory, which is a kind of middle ground for reform, which is neither hell nor heaven, but it's a reform department for elevation. And I think in the famous epic poem by Dante, he calls it the Divine Comedy, which is interesting because it starts, this story he tells starts in hell. And it's a quite detailed tour of hell and all different characters and how they're suffering in hell, whom he has either directly or indirectly known from Italian history in the, what was it, 13th century? Including at least one pope he considers to have been so fallen that he ends up in hell. But then that's part one, and then there's the second part, which is this, what did I just call it, where there's some reformation, and then ultimately there's achievement of heaven. So it's called a comedy because it has a happy ending. Years ago I read a book which was emphasizing that, yes, that purgatory idea. Purgatory, that word comes from to purge, to purify. And a book I read which was discussing the idea of reincarnation in Christianity was making this point, that the notion of purgatory indicates that there is a recognition that there is a longer and extended process possible. But indeed, why that is covered? I believe it was Origen, the 3rd century Christian sadhu, we might want to say, whose writings very much acknowledged reincarnation, and his writings were suppressed because of that. And he's always had a kind of ambivalent position in the Christian church because of that. You'll have to ask those who suppressed it why they suppressed it. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Mm-hmm.
Because we see that this verse talks about the relationship between the two genders when lust is involved.
Mm.
And I was just thinking that we know that there is some attraction involved in Grihastha ashram. And I was thinking about this point that when we hear often as time is passing by that this factor of illicit sex becomes a bit more acceptable. At first we had this understanding that we will have the four regulative principles, and when you enter into Grihastha ashram, then sex life is meant only for procreation. And then we had, then the devotees of course admitted that it's not that possible because of strong lust. And now sometimes in our institution or society or community, it is somewhat acceptable to have sex life outside of just having children.
Without that intention of having children.
And we see here actually in this purport that Prabhupada is so strong.
Yeah.
That life after life, that there will be intense, in a way, punishment. So how should we go about it or understand?
Now you're putting me on the hot seat. This is one of those questions where everyone wakes up. And I'm on the spot. Whatever I say, I'm in trouble. Isn't it? And the GBC is present, so I'm even in more trouble. Well, let me say like this. Srila Prabhupada, as you pointed out, is quite strongly and quite unambiguously saying that this is the standard. And it is a standard which he often expressed things as the ideal which should be pursued. And sometimes Prabhupada would say, with regard to marriage and being a householder, he would kind of indirectly suggest that it's recognized that this high standard is not going to be followed. When he would say things like, if you have trouble, if the brahmachari is troubled in his brahmachari ashram because of sex desire, then get married. So that suggests if the solution to having trouble with sex life in sex desire as a brahmachari were just to get married and then have sex only for the purpose of having children, that doesn't seem to apply. You see what I'm saying? So he seems to be indicating that there's a recognition of that reality. At the same time, he's insisting strongly, this is actually the standard. So the way I've come to understand it is, in particular for those who are initiated, second initiation, Brahminical initiation, this should then really be the standard. This then should be taken as, okay, this is how it is, and this is how we accept. And that makes life a lot easier also, ultimately. And that becomes what Srila Prabhupada called Grihastha Brahmacharya, in which the focus of the householders is genuinely on service to Krishna, and because it's focused on service to Krishna, the issue of lust is kept under control. There is a spirit of cooperation for a higher purpose, and in this way, the pushings are what's the word? They become reduced and they become irrelevant because of the higher purpose, the mission of serving Krishna. That's my understanding. Hare Krishna. Suddenly there was deep silence in the room. Do you want to comment on this subject? I'm not in trouble? No, okay. Hare Krishna. Now that this subject comes up, yes.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. This is a subject, which when we share Krishna Bhakti with newer folks, comes up, but then frankly it comes up in our own life, and I see devotees struggling with this as well. So it's not like, the other three regs are relatively easy to follow. This particular reg is more difficult. So it's a design feature of human beings that lust is so predominant. And in so many subtle ways, not just gross ways. Would you like to comment on why it's so? Is it so that when we finally overcome it and we truly become attached to Krishna, the sweetness and the rasa are so much deeper? Is that why this is made so almost insurmountable? I mean, we see exalted souls falling down. It's not just, little people like me, but, like great souls fall down to this. We read in Shastra too, Vishwamitra Muni, and, others. So why is it a design feature? Is there like a
design feature?
It's not a bug. It's a design feature.
Somebody's dealing a lot with computers. Loka Pavani, do you want to reply to this?
Yes, I would just like to say from my experience as a grihastha, and as someone who was married first, 17 years. I can only say that it is true what you said, but we are also not perfect. I also sometimes think that superficially suppressing a sexual desire can only lead to a lot of frustrations that can then lead to a lot of things, which does not mean that we should, I don't know, support it, but that people should be healthy with themselves as well in some ways. And what I also have experienced is that what you have said, that if you put Krishna in the center, then there is no artificial suppression of the sexual desire. It fades away very naturally. And also the human body is built in such a way, and I can also say it as a person who is now, like, I'm 42, now I will be 43, and it's natural. It's totally natural that when you're 20, you're at the peak of the sexual desire, and it's also natural that it will fade away.
It resides.
Yeah, and I also think that sometimes when it happens to people that are in their 50s or 60s, it's just because of, or even older, it's just because of the artificial suppression of the desire, not practicing Krishna consciousness in a right way. Because I think that, for example, I can say, like, my service to the deities, that it just, you get a higher taste, and therefore you can leave the lower taste. You can also fall down sometimes, but I just don't think you should kill yourself. But that you should just wake up the next day and just do your best and chant your rounds and try to serve the devotees in Krishna, and it will just naturally go away. Because Srila Prabhupada said that Krishna consciousness is a natural way of the spirit soul. So therefore, to leave lust, it should be natural for the soul if it's engaged in Krishna consciousness.
Well said. Thank you. Spoken by someone who's been married for 17 years.
Not so much.
Huh?
I mean, some people have more experience because they have kids and so on.
Yeah.
I don't have kids, but this is my experience, and that's what I say to ladies who ask me all these things. I don't quote them scriptures.
Right.
I just say, like, naturally it will go away. And if you have a desire, you find yourself a partner, and through service together, it will just, transform into devotion. I mean, to something higher, which is devotion. So.
Sounds good. Or maybe the solution is, don't get married until you're 50, and then the desire has subsided, and then you can. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, Grihastha ashram is it's brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha. It's actually a quite intelligent system. Vanaprastha is also there. Let me put in a plug for Vanaprastha ashram. That after some time, and Srila Prabhupada said age 50, so you have 7 more years. There comes the third ashram, and that's the time to, sort of back off. Even if you remain together, then the focus should go very much to service, to possibly travel, to the mission. Yeah. Good. On that happy note, thank you. I think we can end there and proceed with our next activity, yes? So I want to thank you all very much. Whoever is inclined and able, you're certainly welcome to remain and give your blessings for our 2 soon-to-be second initiated devotees, brother and sister. That's something, huh? Rasa Shraya Ram and Ramapriya Sevika. Their parents are both here, Krishnama Prabhu and Suniti Rani are here. So it's a real family affair happening. Speaking of family, and I think this is in so many ways a very model family. that we see. So we want to bring brother and sister into the circle of devotees who are engaged in Brahminical services, not least of which in the Zurich temple, it's the worship of Shri Shri Gaur Nitai and Shri Shri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai. So thank you all very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktavrinda Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So you want to set up. I'm gonna disappear for 3 minutes, and I'll be right back. Watch me do this disappearing act. Hare Krishna.
Maybe someone would like to lead with a kirtan, Subhachan, and you can set up, mix it up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Bol. Namayo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Saminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunnavadi Vasattade Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण गौर हरि। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। राम हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Give microphone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Ram Prabhu ki Gaur Premanande. Look, I'm ready.
Ani pracharine nirvishesha shunyavani paschatya deshatarine vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hey Krishna karuna sindhu dinabandho jagatpate gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. I was told many years ago there was a new bhakta in the Los Angeles temple, and he was helping in the kitchen. And while he was helping in the kitchen, one older devotee was explaining some things to him about how we do things in our society. He was explaining about initiation. And there's first initiation, and then there's a second initiation, sometimes called Brahminical initiation, and then there's for some very few devotees who are male, they are initiated as sannyasi, and then and then while all this explanation was going on, he was in the kitchen, so the plate, the offering plate for the deities was being prepared, and the bhakta was asking about that. What is this? Oh, this is for the deities. And the bhakta then asked, so after sannyas initiation, there's deity initiation? Well, no, it doesn't quite work that way. But as we know, the second initiation is, in a sense, the completion of the process of what is technically called diksha. Diksha in traditional Vedic practice was an initiation into a particular yajna, a particular sacrifice. This was a diksha, and it was a temporary thing. You entered into this position for the purpose of the sacrifice, and when the sacrifice was over, then the initiation was over. But this practice that we have, of course, is very different, and this is the Vaishnava practice, which is permanent. It makes complete. The Harinama initiation initiates us into the chanting of the holy name, and the sometimes called Brahmanical initiation initiates us into further mantras, which we will not pronounce here. They will be given in private after the yajna. And these mantras support, we understand, they support the chanting of the Maha Mantra. So in effect, it is simply an enrichment, I like to say. It is giving a further facility for the devotee to engage in service to the Lord. We know that in this age, Kaler dosha nide rajan asti hi eko mahangunad kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha paramparachet. That this age is a time which is an ocean of faults, dosha nidhi, and there is one good quality, asti hi eko mahanguna, and that good quality is a great quality, mahanguna. What is that? Kirtanad eva, just by kirtan. Kirtanad eva krishnasya, of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukta Sangha Param Rajet, one can reach Param, the Supreme, by that process. So the mantras received at this time of the second initiation are expansions, if you like, and they are supportive and they facilitate us in worshiping the Lord. Beyond that, I want to say that this initiation is a recognition that these devotees, and here we mean specifically Rasashray Ram and his, can we say, good sister, his sister Ramapriya Sevika, are taking a step of being recognized as persons to hear from, as leaders. Spiritual life is actually about being a servant, being a follower, being a good follower, such that one becomes a good leader. We are all in training to become leaders in spiritual life, leaders of the entire society. The Brahmins are considered the head of society, the brains. Modern society has a problem in this regard, so Prabhupada emphasized that this the mission of the Krishna consciousness movement is for establishing Brahminical culture, the basic idea being to have leaders for the society. Prabhupada, in his Bhagavad Gita, translation and purports Bhagavad Gita as it is in chapter 18, gives us the verses listing the qualities of the Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras, and he gives no purports to those verses. But then, after that, to verse number 46 of chapter 18, he does give a purport, and I thought, what better way to honor the situation of this initiation than to read what Prabhupada says. First, the verse. He says, the verse is, Yata pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidang tatam svakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhing vindati manavaha. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all-pervading, a person can attain perfection through performing his own work. So this is kind of summarizing, after itemizing the kinds of work that the devotees in different ashramas, in different varnas do. Purport. As stated in the 15th chapter, all living beings are fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Supreme Lord is the beginning of all living entities. This is confirmed in Vedanta Sutra, Janmadyasya Yataha. The Supreme Lord is therefore the beginning of life of every living entity. And as stated in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord, by his two energies, his external energy and internal energy, is all-pervading. Therefore, one should worship the Supreme Lord with his energies. Generally, the Vaishnava devotees worship the Supreme Lord with his internal energy. His external energy is a perverted reflection of the internal energy. The external energy is a background. Very interesting. A background. But the Supreme Lord, by the expansion of his plenary portion as Paramatma, is situated everywhere. He is the supersoul of all demigods, all human beings, all animals, everywhere. One should therefore know that as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, one has his duty to render service unto the Supreme. Everyone should be engaged in devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness. That is recommended in this verse. Everyone should think that he is engaged in a particular type of occupation for Kshetra, the master of the senses, and by the result of the work in which one is engaged, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, should be worshipped. If one thinks always in this way, in full Krishna consciousness, then, by the grace of the Lord, he becomes fully aware of everything. That is the perfection of life. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 12:7, Te shamahang samudharta. The Supreme Lord himself takes charge of delivering such a devotee. That is the highest perfection of life. In whatever occupation one may be engaged, if he serves the Supreme Lord, he will achieve the highest perfection. So that's a very hopeful message from Srila Prabhupada. And he says, in whatever occupation one may be engaged. So in this facility that we gain with the second initiation, which, as I say, in a way is a kind of completion of Diksha. I like to think of it that way. What is the facility? The facility is to reach the highest perfection. That's pretty big. That's something significant. And that perfection is reached, especially when the sensibility is there of I'm serving Krishna in association of devotees in such a way that I may be an example for others. So I think all of us who know our initiates agree they are qualified to take this responsibility. They are naturally acting with responsibility and in a way which is a very nice example for others, as also their parents have been doing, and all of you for so many years now. Very admirable, I would say. So I think we should, without further ado, proceed with the formality of invoking the Lord in his Agni form as Agni, Vishnu Agni, and we will invoke all of the acharyas and the Lord in his different forms, and all of us, if you can be concentrated as we go through the mantras, receiving the blessings from all of the devotees of the previous generations we are participating in something, a continuity of tradition. And therefore we invoke our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. We want his blessings. We want the blessings of his spiritual master, and so on, going all the way back, with the sense that by invoking them, we are bringing them into our presence for their blessings. And of course, we also seek the blessings of all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis present. I want to also specifically mention His Holiness the late Kadamba Kanana Swami Maharaj. I feel that in the case of Ramapriya Sevika, I am giving this initiation on his behalf because she has received the first part of the initiation directly from him. So, and Rasa Shraya Ram, both parts are there, so everything is as it needs to be, I would say. So unless anyone has any objections, like they say in a wedding ceremony, if anyone objects, no. We're not doing a wedding. Yes. So thank you all. Hare Krishna. Let us proceed. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama,
So now we'll start with the Mangalachara, offering the different Guru Param mantras. Swaha, Swaha, Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sachivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Scha Swaha 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 Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Krishna Kshetra Swamin Iti Namine Swaha 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 Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Kadamba Kanana Swamin Iti Namine Swaha 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 Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Dacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Swaha 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 Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhana Devi Dyaitaya Kripadyaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhurjvala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigraya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruta Pasidhanta Dvanta Harine Swaha 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 Namo Gaurakishoraya Shakshat Vairagyamurtaye Vipralamba Rasambhude Padma Bhujaya Te Namaha Swaha 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 Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Gauravirbhava Dhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhoma Shri Chakanathaya Te Namaha Swaha 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 Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Payevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Swaha 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 Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Swaha 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 Panchatattva Makam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktyakam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam Swaha 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 E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Swaha 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 Jayatam Surataya Bhangayor Mamamanda Materkati Mata Sarvashva Padam Bujata Radha Madana Mohano Idam Samat Dhidevaya Swaha Swaha Swaha. Sorry. Vijata Vrindaranaya Kalpadrumamudha Srimad Ratnagara Simhasansto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Deva Prishtalibihi Svayamano Smarami Swaha 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 Shriman Rasarambihi Vamsivata Tattastita Karshan Venusvanair Gopir Gopinata Shrestuna Swaha 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 Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Prabhamani Hari Priye Swaha 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 Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindabhyo Swaha 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 Om Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Swaha Swaha Swaha. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Okay, so we'll now, after Mangal Shram, we'll now also chant the Vaishnava Homa. These are just short names of different Vaishnavas, and then after each name we offer also some grain. Yes, that should be okay. Om Vishvakshanaya Svaha. Om Sanata Sanatana Sananda Sanat Kumarabhya Svaha. Om Kavaye Svaha. Om Havaye Svaha. Om Antarikshaya Svaha. Om Prabhudaya Svaha. Om Pippalanaya Svaha. Om Avirhotraya Svaha. Om Drumilaya Svaha. Om Chamasaya Svaha. Om Yatnaya Svaha. Om Naradaya Svaha. Om Kapilaya Svaha. Om Yama Bhagavataya Svaha. Om Vishmadevaya Svaha. Om Shukadevaya Svaha. Om Chanakaya Svaha. Om Sadishivaya Svaha. Om Praladaya Svaha. Om Brahmane Svaha. Om Balirajaya Svaha. Om Svayambhuvaya Svaha. Om Garudaya Svaha. Om Hanumate Svaha. Om Ambarishaya Svaha. Om Vyasadevaya Svaha. Om Udavaya Svaha. Om Yudhishthiraya Svaha. Om Bhimaya Svaha. Om Arjunaya Svaha. Om Nakulaya Svaha. Om Sahadevaya Svaha. Om Viduraya Svaha. Om Vishnurataya Svaha. Om Vibhishanaya Svaha. Om Shri Krishna Chaitanyaya Svaha. Om Shri Nityanandaya Svaha. Om Shri Advaitaya Svaha. Om Pandit Gadadara Dibhyaya Svaha. Om Shri Vasadibhyaya Svaha. Om Shri Rupaya Svaha. Om Sanatanaya Svaha. Om Bhatta Raghunataya Svaha. Om Shri Jivaya Svaha. Om Gopala Bhatta Svaya Swaha. Om Dasa Raghunataya Swaha. Om Krishna Dasa Kavaye Swaha. Om Naruttamaya Swaha. Om Vishwanataya Swaha. Om Baladev Jagannatabhyaya Swaha. Om Satchinanda Bhaktivinodaya Swaha. Om Babaji Srila Gaur Kishoraya Swaha. Om Shrimate Saraswati Bhakti Siddhantaya Swaha. Om Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupadaya Swaha. Om Diksha Gurave Shrimate Krishna Kshetra Swamin Swaha. Om Diksha Gurave Shrimate Gramakarana Swamin Swaha. Okay. So now we come to the final part, to the end. This is the Prayaschitta Homa. This is just some mantras to ask for forgiveness in case we did something wrong, which is quite possible. Maybe we chanted mantras not properly or did something wrong in the rituals, so that we offer, ask for forgiveness. Just a couple of mantras after the Swaha we can offer. Om. I just chanted the Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janaranam Yad Puitam Mayadevam Paripuram Tat Astu Me Swaha. Om Aparada Sahashani Kriyante Nishama Maya Dasoham Itimam Matva Kshamshava Madhusudana Swaha. Om Pratigyana Tava Govinda Name Bhaktya Prashati Iti Samsmritya Pranam Samandaryam Aham Swaha. Okay, so then now we come to the Purnahuti, which is the final offering. And for this, we can stand up. I mean, the candidates stand up and take the plate. And then after the final Swaha, you can offer the banana, flowers, and rice into the... Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Purnam Vada Purnam Vidam Purnam Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadayam Purnam Nivashashisate Swaha. Swaha.
Okay.
Kirtan. Aham Bhagavatosmi Sadatasosmi Sarvata Tat Kripa Peksha Nityam Iti Matvam.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Gorando. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gorando. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Bol. bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna. Jai Nita, Jai Nita. Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Bolo, bolo. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Jagannatha, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Jayo, Jayo, Prabhupada, 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 Jaya, Jaya, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya, Jaya, Prabhupada, 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 Jaya, Jaya, Prabhupada. Jaya, Jaya, Gurudev, 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 Jaya, Jaya, Gurudev. Jaya, Jaya, Gurudev. Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gaur Bhavanande.
Hari 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 Bol.
Yes, Krishna Sattva Swami Guru Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Jalanesh Kadam Makan Swami Maharaj Guru Maharaj ki.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Nitai Nitai Guru Bhavanande.
Hari 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 Bol.
Jai. Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajaka Acharya Ashtotara Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON Viviti Sangstapaka Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai Nityalila Pravishtam Ashtotara Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki. Ananta Goti Vaishnavarinda ki. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem se kahat Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana ki. Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dhama ki. Shri Navadip Mayapur Dhama ki. Shri Jagannath Puri Dhama ki. Shri Dwaraka Dhama ki. Ganga Mayi ki. Yamuna Mayi ki. Tulasi Maharani ki. Bhakti Devi ki. Shri Harinam Sankirtana ki. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki. Shri Jagannath Subhadra Baladeva ki. Zuri Yatra ki. Gaur Premanande. All glories to the some devotees. All glories to the some devotees. All glories to the some devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So we're very thankful and grateful to have Maharaj with us and having initiated, second initiated our devotees. We also like to welcome with us His Grace Guru Gauranga Prabhu. Hari Bol. Guru Gauranga Prabhu, of course, most of you will know. He's a Prabhupada disciple and he's one of the first devotees of the Swiss Yatra. I call Guru Gauranga Prabhu usually our Bhishma Dev of the Swiss Yatra. Because Guru Gauranga Prabhu, he invited Prabhupada. He was there to welcome Prabhupada in Geneva and organize the whole 10-day program with Srila Prabhupada. And Guru Gauranga Prabhu was also the person who actually obtained this building, which is our temple for the last 45 years. So, and Guru Gauranga Prabhu is just arrived yesterday from the US and will stay a couple of weeks here in Switzerland. And we are very happy to have your association and see you again in person, not only on the screen, but in person. So good to have you here. Thank you so much. I think Prabhu will travel and meet different devotees, but then we'll be back for the Janmastami and the Prabhupada's Vyasapuj festival. So you'll get a chance to see Prabhu there again. Yeah. Good. So what is the next part of the program? Damodar Prasad?
Prasad. Dear devotees, please, we'll be serving prasadam in the prasadam room. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna.